From Taiwan, I'm Sandy Chi with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Taiwan People's Party founder Wen-je has been offered bail after spending a year in detention. But according to Ke's lawyers, he is still considering whether to accept the $2 million bail. There are reports that Ke does not want to borrow the money for the hefty amount. The opposition leader has been under investigation for corruption and embezzlement, which could result in 28 years behind bars if found guilty. Thailand's parliament has voted in a new prime minister. Anutun Chanvirakul of the opposition Boom Thai Thai party secured enough votes to become the country's third prime minister in 2 years. He beat the ruling Phua Thai party's candidate Chaikasem Nitisiri. The vote comes after the Constitutional Court removed former PM Paetongtarn Shinawatra last week over an ethics scandal. Anutun is expected to take office in a few days. He may call a general election in the next few months. An under-wraps meeting between U.S. and Taiwan defense officials in Alaska last week marks increasing cooperation between the two countries. As Alan Liu reports, it comes as China steps up its alliance to counter U.S. hegemony.
U.S. and Taiwan defense officials met quietly in Alaska last week. The meeting came just days before China's military parade and months after a higher-level meeting in the U.S. was canceled, allegedly due to U.S.-China trade talks. The Financial Times reports that Jed Royal, the Pentagon's top Indo-Pacific official, met in Anchorage with Shi Sijian, then Taiwan's Deputy National Security Advisor. Shi last week was elevated to a more senior role working with Taiwan's National Security Advisor. He is viewed as the leading contender to become Taiwan's next ambassador to Washington. One legislator says regular communication benefits both sides.
不管是在台美之间的贸易上面也好，或者是很多重要的国安议题，随时保持这一个管道的畅通，那针对这些众多的议题来进行意见的交换，都是非常自然的事情。
At the same time, Taiwan's proposed 2026 defense budgets reveals a breakthrough in military dialogue with the U.S. Taiwan and the U.S. currently hold annual monetary talks, defense review talks, and a political and military dialogue. But it will now be adding a new defense policy project meeting as the top platform for bilateral defense issues. Taiwan's defense ministry plans to send a delegation of up to 32 officials to the U.S. to attend.
当明年开始，这个会议如果真的成型，而且变成一个制度化的会议的话，它会变成年度中华民国国防部跟美国国防部之间一次最高阶的这种会谈。
Defense analysts say the new meeting is meant to clarify how the U.S. and Taiwan would act in scenarios such as a Chinese invasion or blockade, and to coordinate responses so U.S. support is more effective. Some say holding the meeting in Alaska was a way to keep things low-key, especially after reports that Taiwan's Defense Minister Wellington Koo had to cancel a U.S. visit back in June. The meeting also came as Taiwan gets ready to review its next year's defense budget, which sets aside more than 3% of GDP. Ryan Wu and Alan Liu in Taipei for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan's top official in charge of Cross-Strait affairs is set to visit the U.S. Mainland Affairs Council Minister Cho Choi-jung will meet with U.S. officials, lawmakers, and overseas Taiwanese communities to outline Taipei's cross-strait policies. He'll also give a speech at the Heritage Foundation think tank. The visit comes after a discreet meeting in Alaska between U.S. and Taiwanese defense officials, viewed as a sign of growing cooperation. A senior U.S. lawmaker is urging the Pentagon to take concrete action to address the arms sales backlog to Taiwan.
And they can go to the manufacturers and go, by the way, we understand this is the order that you have taken these orders, but we are going to ask that you elevate fulfilling the order to Taiwan and others, because it is strategically very important to make sure that you all have the capability. And it's not going to do any good if the order is filled after China makes a move on Taiwan. That's after the fact.
Wittman made the remarks after China showed off some of its most advanced weapons in a military parade commemorating the end of World War II. The U.S. lawmaker also urged Washington to speed up technology transfers to Taiwan, saying it would help the island country build up its capacity to produce expendable weapons, something he says would be crucial if China tried to impose a blockade. With Taiwan's birth rate at a record low, starting a family can be far from simple, especially when it comes to surrogacy, an issue that still divides people here. Our reporter Izzy Wells went to meet one couple who went to great lengths to start a family.
For Eddie and his partner, also called Eddie, having children of their own had always been a dream. And while heading to the park is now a cherished part of family life, it wasn't an easy journey.
The reason that we started this journey is that we felt like we have a lot of love that we want to pass it on. Having babies is definitely like something that we always want to do, but it also took us a while to kind of figure out what are some of the options that can be available to us. So yes, that's something that we have envisioned of doing for years.
Their son, Max, not his real name, is now almost 2. He was born in Portland, Oregon, in the United States via surrogacy, a practice that remains banned in Taiwan. At the time, it cost them more than $130,000 US. Today, that figure has risen to nearly $200,000. And Max's birth didn't just come with a high price tag. Delayed by COVID, the couple spent 2 years on a waiting list before finally being matched with their surrogate mother, Jen.
Hi, Jen. Hi, is that good morning? Yeah, honey.
I know a lot of people might think the whole surrogate thing is like more a transactional process, but actually not. Like when you are working with a surrogate, it's actually a both-way situation that you are not just interviewing them, they are also interviewing you at the same time as well. So it's a mutual agreement. You both need to feel comfortable working with each other.
Jen, a mother of 2, helped give Eddie and his husband the chance to start a family. And their 2 families remain close, even reuniting in Max's birthplace in Portland. But while surrogacy made their dream possible, here in Taiwan, it's still a deeply divisive issue.
女人不能租借，女人不能租借，婴儿不能买卖，婴儿不能买卖，退回代孕法案，退回代孕法案。
At the end of last year, lawmakers hoping to tackle a persistently low birth rate began reviewing changes to the Assisted Reproduction Act. Meant to expand single women and same-sex couples access to services like IVF, it also included the possibility of legalizing surrogacy. But after 2 public hearings, the Health Ministry said opposition to surrogacy was overwhelming, and it was dropped from the proposed amendments.
有些经济弱势上面的妇女，她们也是为了金钱的缘故，所以她们就好像出租她们的子宫，有一些商业上面的那种，我们认为这个是不妥当的。
Critics say legalizing surrogacy could lead to the exploitation of women and children. And while supporters acknowledge such risks exist in less developed countries, family lawyer Sherman Lin says that's not a danger Taiwan needs to fear.
The Taiwan medical industry, I think, is the top 3 in the world. We have the really good technique. And in the legal side, our judge, our congressman are pretty mature, can be really detailed and really careful for establishing all kind of the legal. Yeah, so I think under a mature system of the medical and the law, Taiwan can go pretty smoothly.
Despite this, those working in the area of fertility say there's still a lot of pushback, often from misconceptions about surrogacy. And until there's more awareness, legalization still feels a long way off.
目前我觉得可能近年都不会再有更进一步的讨论。我觉得真的需要有更多的人看到想要代孕这个社群的需求，或者是为什么愿意成为代孕的这个需求，这个想法。其实在美国很多代孕家庭的家境其实没有很差。 其实他们也是有很良好的收入，那真的是基于一个助人的心情，所以才会来进行代孕。
And for Eddie and Eddie, their surrogacy journey was all about love.
So I think it's like it doesn't need to be like just there's only one option when it comes to what family is about, what having the kids is about. As long as you have parents. Mom and dads who really fell in love with their kids and really spend time and efforts to raise their kids. I think that's the most important thing of all.
Have a child that I really love him. and it completes my life. Yeah.
The couple now hope to grow their family with a second surrogacy in the US. But for many in Taiwan, the chance to start a family this way remains out of reach. And for now, just a dream. Alex Chen and Izzy Wells for TaiwanPlus.
Animal rights groups want to ban meerkats as pets, following new rules from the country's Animal Welfare Department that would require owners of some exotic animals to register them. Let's find out why. Meet meerkat Cui Hua. He's an important member of the family for Chen Yiwen, who has been caring for him for about a year, showering him with his buddy Cui Yu with endless hugs, scrubs, and snacks.
当初会想养狐獴，是因为想说，因为自己本身就在养爬虫，然后他们的食性很像，都是吃虫的。然后想说，因为毕竟爬虫类真的跟人的互动比较少，想说，毕竟它是哺乳类，你看这么可爱。
Chen made this decision after months of research to better understand the species.
一开始我也想说，就一只毛茸茸的小动物，应该可能跟猫狗，他们都说跟猫狗很像啊，但其实养起来根本完全不一样。对，因为你说它像狗一样黏人没有错，但它的食性又比较像猫，它偏肉食，它其实偏肉，但准确来说它是吃虫大过于吃肉。
But not everyone believes meerkats are suitable pets. In September, animal rights groups in Taiwan issued a statement urging the government to ban keeping meerkats as pets. The call came after authorities placed the animals on a grey list in August, meaning they could be legally owned once regulations on breeding, sales, and ownership are established.
它的自然栖地是在非洲南部，就是草原、大草原跟沙漠的这样的一种自然栖地环境。那他们过去，因为他们模样很可爱，眼睛很大，然后很小，所以人们就觉得说它似乎很好饲养。那所以他们在宠物市场里面就开始流行起来。可是我们来看，就是说它基本上，它纵使被带进来人为饲养的环境里头，它还是存有它野生动物的非常非常多习性。 比方说，这个动物它很重要的是，它是具有高度社群的一个动物。所以他们大概在野外，他们大概都是以25到30只以上一个这样的族群为一个单位。
The groups warn the animals could harm local ecosystems, similar to how green iguanas have been devastating southern Taiwan after being introduced as pets here in the early 2000s. With many concerns over this exotic pet species, the group suggests the government pursue a phased ban, with registration and oversight for current owners, stronger quarantine controls, and long-term public education. There are currently over 1,000 known pet meerkats in Taiwan. Meerkats are just one of the many exotic pets here in Taiwan. And with rising awareness for animal rights, the government will continue to hammer out new rules to find the best solution for these animals and their humans. Luffy Lee, PG Zhuang, and Sandy Chi in Yilan for TaiwanPlus. Taiwan's Tug-of-War athletes have done it again, securing 3 golds and a bronze at the 2025 World Tug-of-War Championships in the UK. Taiwan dominated the women's 500-kilogram event, with its 2 teams taking gold and bronze, while Switzerland claimed silver. Taiwan also struck gold in the junior men's 560-kilogram and junior women's 480-kilo divisions. Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. You can visit the TaiwanPlus website or follow our social media for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Before we go, let's witness Hong Kong's first hot air balloon festival. I'm Sandy Shi. Take care and see you next time.